the 2K Sports pregame show.
I'm Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. This NBA season rocking right along, and we're loving every minute of it. Tonight, we'll see the Toronto Raptors playing against the Milwaukee Bucks. We've seen some solid play from this Milwaukee team recently. They've gotten the job done in every way possible this season. They're sitting pretty with the best record in the league, East or West. And as we reach the midway point, Kenny, still a lot of games left on the schedule. How do players cope with the wear and tear their bodies go through?
Well, a lot of times when you're mentally or physically tired, you could sit there and all of a sudden you misquote things, you missay things here on the analyst desk. On the basketball court, that's turnovers. That's missing assignments, missing rebounds. Same thing. Like I know this is our, 82nd game this year. You're starting to feel it a little bit. That's how those guys feel.
I didn't know the midpoint was the 82nd game. But anyway, injuries start to take a toll.
No, but we've done 87 two games. Doesn't mean the team.
We've done a lot of games in our role here in the
we get 2 games a night, remember?
On the set.
Yeah, anyway, I was saying the injuries, they start to take a toll. Not just the big ones, the little ones. Type of injuries I hate are the freak injuries. One time, Ernie, I was walking with my shoes off, stubbed my toe.
That's called barefoot.
That's a freak injury. Stubbed my toe, is out for 6 weeks. So you got to get rest, eat well.
Well, if you kick a brick wall, that's not a.
And man up.
Yeah, maybe you should. Here's Kevin Harlan.
Barefoot.
Good Friday night to you sports fans. You've come to the right place. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. For the Raptors, happy to be here in Toronto right now in the midst of a nice homestand. They're looking for a little bit of redemption in this one after the loss to them here last time.
And no matter how well you defend, when you shoot that poorly, it's going to be a very difficult challenge for you to get a win.
Yeah, there was sort of a snowball effect in that game too, guys. I mean, what started as a cold night for a few guys turned into a cold night for just about everybody.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. We've got Antetokounmpo, Teague out there with Holiday. Then it's Chris Middleton. And it's Lopez in at the pivot, manning the middle. Here's Champ. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
He'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play it.
The Raptors shooting their first free throw of the night. In the last few years, the Toronto fans have made a strong case for being the loudest in the league. And, Greg, the Air Canada Center can sound like a 60,000 capacity crowd during the playoffs.
It is really unreal. It gives the Raptors a huge advantage here at home. Toronto and Canada will always be hockey first, but they love their Raptors here in the North.
Here's Champ. Giannis Antetokounmpo making his last shot. Outside Dragic. Out to the right wing. 6 to shoot. Fires from 18. No good. Now the Bucks take it the other way. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
And boy, did that game nearly get away from them, but they were a little bit fortunate to have survived at the end of regulation.
Yeah, they got that second chance by virtue of forcing the overtime, and then things really swung in their favor after that.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And the shot is good.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
And Antetokounmpo gets it to go.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Here's Champ, guarded by Holiday. Steps back and shoots. Good on the shot. Champ's got 5 points so far. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead.
Yeah, it reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
The shot by Antetokounmpo. Nobody around. Misfires after coming off the pick. And it's Dragic off the drive. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession.
A brief check now of the stats for Champ. Unbelievable play for him over the last month. Averaging 23 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. And with his ability to put the ball in the bucket, he has to be your primary focus defensively.
Defenses plan to stop him, but very few succeed. That's why he's the team's leading scorer.
A shot by Holiday. Nobody around. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague.
And immediately looking for the open man when the double team comes to him.
Outside Dragic. And Carroll now atop the key. Rebound Milwaukee.
There's no getting around the simple fact that that's a shot he has to knock down.
Teague kicks to Holiday. Oh, and he misses the dunk.
Oh, he knows that one should have gone in. That hurts.
Champ, the pass to Hibbert. Can't connect from short range. Bucks have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Jumper off the screen, and Antetokounmpo with the basket on the assist by T. 6 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Raptors trail by 3. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Chris Middleton. That is his first foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. High post try. No good. And Milwaukee the other way now.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
Last year, a good one for Jeff Teague, Clark. He was a first-time All-Star in this league.
He's a pick-and-roll technician, so good in reading the defense as he operates from that spot on the floor. He was really the catalyst for what was a really efficient offense for the Hawks.
Back to Dragic. Carroll with a screen for Dragic. Pass to Scola. Plenty of space. And again, Toronto no luck. Milwaukee leading by 5. Outside Teague. And Hibbert with the block. Here's Champ. He picked up 18 points in their last win against San Antonio.
And don't forget about his work on the glass. I mean, he contributed in a number of ways. And Jeff Teague, a real speed merchant. I mean, very tough to stay in front of. He can put you on skates, blow by, and get right to the rim.
Lopez, no luck.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yeah, I'm about as shocked as you are, Clark.
Hibbert against Antetokounmpo. The 9-foot shot. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And guys, Jeff Teague, an attack guard. He's just an average three-point shooter, but he gets to the free throw line in bunches, shoots at a high percentage, and has really revolved, I think, into one of the elite point guards in the league.
Now here's Dragic following the miss by Brook Lopez. Carroll passes to Champ. Shot clock at 6. To the wing right side. Puts one up from 19. The shot by Carroll no good.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Teague dishes to Middleton. His first shot coming late. Misses off the right iron. Last game for the Raptors, they picked up the W against the San Antonio Spurs.
And they played with such tenacity on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, it takes a lot of pressure off of them when they go on offense.
And I think you've got to give all the guys credit. I mean, plenty of credit to go around. You can't just highlight or pick out one or two guys that stood out, because everybody did defensively.
Toronto with the ball after Chris Middleton missed from long range. Here's Champ. He's got 5 and stolen by Jeff Teague. Pass to Middleton, and that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. And here is our 2K leaderboard. These teams have been on fire over the course of the past 10 games. The Bucks number 1.
You have to be impressed with their shot selection. I mean, the discipline on that end and the unselfishness really is what allows those great numbers to show up. And Jason Kidd has seen a lot of things in his first few years of coaching. Already changed teams once and had some personnel issues, but you cannot deny that he knows how to get the most out of his team.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. And with Kidd, the results on the floor, Greg, speak for themselves. He knows what he wants out of his players, Clark, and he keeps them accountable.
And, you know, having that accountability is what made the Bucks so much better last season. Kidd is still a very young head coach, but I tell you what, he's shown me a bright future in that capacity for himself.
A new group in now for the Raptors. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Hibbert. Johnson comes in for Luis Scola. Gerald Henderson, he's checked in for Champ, and it's Joseph in for Goran Dragic. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. John Henson's checked in for Lopez. Portis comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Jabari Parker's checked in for Chris Middleton. And it's Mayo in for Drew Holiday. Now here's Parker. His last outing, he had 8 points. Looking to end the drought, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Well, for Jabari Parker in his rookie year, not the kind of NBA career start that he wanted. Played great. Was probably the rookie of the year up until the time he was injured, blowing the knee and cutting his season short.
A great call. He definitely would have had a great chance. Really just made a transition seamlessly. Very efficient as a rookie before that injury, but which was a really tough thing to watch for anyone, as he was showing so much promise early on in his career.
Free throw good by Parker.
And for Parker, he could have been in the Rookie of the Year running with this play, scoring just over 12 points a game and shooting almost 50% before the injury ended his season.
And Parker drops them both.
And even in the short glimpses of last season, you could see that Parker was the real deal. I mean, he had no problem finding ways to score. And even with his injury setback, he should be a great player for years to come.
Now, here's Joseph. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. 6 on the shot clock. Parker with the steal. Mayo up top. All sorts of time. And he gets the bucket. And the Bucks lead by 4. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Bucks.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Here's Joseph following the basket by O.J. Mayo. Johnson's shot is off.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
Now Teague. A 17-point game for him in the win against the Clippers.
But what stood out for me was his gorgeous playmaking out there. I mean, over and over, he was finding his teammates in a great position to score.
There's the foul. It's on Patrick Patterson. That's his first foul. Here's Mayo. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. It's O.J. Mayo on the wing. The pass to Henson. Back to Mayo. Shot clock at 4, and that's 2 points on the layup. Mayo's got his second basket of the night.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Now here's Joseph. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
It's like a running game in football. When you can pound the basketball inside, it also allows you to control the team's transition.
Stolen by Joseph. Oh, and here comes Joseph all alone. And that one's good. Joseph's got his first points in this one.
That is such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
And it's one thing to get the steal, but to so alertly turn it into a transition opportunity, even better. You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
Free throw good, Teague.
And the Bucks arguably were the best story in the Eastern Conference last year. How about going from the bottom of the barrel to a sixth-place finish in that Eastern Conference?
Now here's Henderson. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Joseph. Will not go. This is off the front iron. We'll go to Dorisburg to spoke with head coach Jason Kidd. Doris, what's the news there?
Yes, Kevin, he told me their game plan offensively today is a relatively simple one. He wants to see as many plays run through the low post as possible. He said physically, we're the stronger team, and we need to use that to our benefit. Guys?
Thanks, Doris. So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto. And Jabari Parker, as a rookie, drafted number 2 overall behind Andrew Wiggins. Clark, there was much debate about which of these players, which of these prospects would be better NBA players. What do you think?
Well, I think both showed they're very capable of being stars in the league. Parker got off to a great start, averaging 30 minutes a game until, unfortunately, he had the ACL injury. And Wiggins, conversely, went on to have a big-time season, winning Rookie of the Year.
Here's Joseph, following the score by John Henson. And Joseph kicks to Henderson. Off target with his 3. Bucks leading by 7. Mayo, the pass to Teague. There's the pick. Nice shot by Portis.
And when you compare Wiggins and Parker, really 2 different types of players. I mean, Wiggins has that unmatchable athleticism. Parker beats you with an incredible skill and passion. Also, tremendous maturity for such a young player.
Well, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment.
1:21 left to play here in the first.
And, you know, going back to Parker versus Wiggins, guys, I mean, that debate could last a long time. Both guys have the look of perennial all-stars. It could be the number of championship rings that ultimately separates you. He's not necessarily a strong inside presence, but he needs to polish those chances off.
Here's Patterson, nailed from three-point land. And now it's just a 4-point Bucks lead.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Pass to Portis. And he goes in for the dunk.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And, Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Here's Patterson after the basket by Milwaukee. Off the left rim and out. Milwaukee leading by 6. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Teague with the ball. Picked up by Joseph. And Teague, here we go. Johnson with the block. Kicks to Kira. The 3. And O.J. Mayo pulls it down. And now it's Mayo running. He can go all the way. Here's Teague. Parker outside. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And we reached the end of the first quarter. The Bucks on top, up by 6. We'll be back shortly live from the And speaking with Roy Hibbert before the game, he helped illuminate their defensive philosophy.
You want to guard the paint, and some of that has to do with myself being able to patrol the paint as much as possible. We want long contested twos. They guard the three-point line, bring them to me. I'll either hit them with a straight-up block the shot or alter the shot. So contested twos are the worst shots in the NBA.
When you have that sort of focus like Hibbert, that kind of confidence on display on a nightly basis, Greg, you are a game changer, and he does change games every night.
You know, and we saw his skill set and execution develop very rapidly over the course of just a couple years. He worked extremely hard to become the full. Of course, he is on the interior in this game.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And for the Bucks guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
You can tell the point of emphasis has been to get to the offensive glass.
Yep, and they've set the tone here early with the hustle they've come out with.
Champ out there was Scola. Then it's Corey Joseph. Then there's Dragic. And it's Hibbert in at the 5. That's the group for Toronto to start the second quarter.
And the defense out of position on that possession, which allowed for him to get that offensive board.
Well said. Yes, he did. You're right, Greg. That's a tremendous jam on the putback.
What a great nose for the basketball he has, and such a strong finisher as well.
Now here is Holiday, following the miss by Luis.
to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But boy, that was a nice job.
And the Raptors with the ball, following the bucket by the Bucks. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Champ. The kick out to Dragic for 3. Now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
For 3, Middleton. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Middleton's got the lead up to 10 now for Milwaukee. The Raptors have gotten only 1 of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Scola sets a screen for Joseph. Floats one up. It's blocked. Here's Antetokounmpo, and there's a whistle that goes on Corey Joseph. That is his first foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
There's the pick. Here's Portis. And it's another Milwaukee shot right there going in.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Scola, a screen on Antetokounmpo. Here's Champ, guarded by Holiday. Down to 5 on the shot clock. There's Dragic with the 3. Dragic with another miss. Milwaukee leading by 12. Holiday goes in. Middleton dishes to Lopez. The kick out to Holiday. The shot by Middleton. Wide open. Another miss by Middleton. Toronto's gone 3 of 7 tonight from 3-point territory. Joseph. Rebound by Drew Holiday.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a hard one, even the shots in close.
This shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
No coverage that time. Joseph's got it back down to single digits for Toronto. The Bucks have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Middleton outside. And the Bucks miss again. Well, the Bucks made huge strides as a team last season. Greg, most of it came from them establishing themselves as a top-tier defensive team.
And Kevin, as you know, that's really where it starts for all the elite teams. And the Bucks defensively were very strong. You look at the metrics that measure a lot of the defensive categories. Bucks finished with the second-best defensive rating in the NBA. Man, that is a missed opportunity right there.
And he'll be the first to tell you, Greg, that's one he should have knocked down.
Here's Champ. He's got 5. 6 on the shot clock. It's good from about 19 feet. Champ's got 7 points.
How can you stop that? With a crossover that quick, that lightning quick, a defender has to be almost superhuman to stay in front of that.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Middleton. Lopez a screen, and it's Middleton penetrating. Here's Portis. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Portis has got 7 points for the quarter.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter. Yeah, just frustrated by their lack of production offensively, and I can't blame them. I mean, they're getting the looks, but the shots just aren't falling.
Yeah, and the slump that they're having shooting the ball can take its toll on you if you're not mentally strong. So I like this timeout here to try to get those guys reset and refocused.
Raptors trail by 10. Hibbert with the screen. Takes a 3. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
It has not been an easy quarter for him. at least offensively speaking.
An open jump shot there, and their D not putting up any resistance today.
And here's Dragic. 32 points for him last game against San Antonio. And again, no good by Toronto.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's cost him.
Antetokounmpo passes to Portis. Puts it up from 15. Dragic with some nice D. Toronto's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Over to the wing. Shoots from the corner. Milwaukee with the rebound. Portis has got his 6th rebound on the night. Antetokounmpo passes to Portis. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Here's Champ. He's got 7. To halt the run, and too long on the shot.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Here's Lopez. Finds the hole for the 2nd time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Now, here's Joseph. 9 points last game out. He feeds it to Dragic. Clock at 6. Here's Champ. Hands it from downtown. Champ's got 10.
Man, that is not an easy shot right there. I mean, he had to get it off over a much taller defender.
Yeah, he needed to add just a little more loft on that one because of the size mismatch, and he did it perfectly.
The shot by Holiday, no good.
And the one thing you can typically count on from Roy Hibbert is great rim protection. Last year, he dipped a little, down to 1.5 blocks a game from over 2 the year before, but shooters still had to account for him every time they drove to the rim. He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
Lopez with the block. And now, here comes Antetokounmpo leading the break. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
Well, getting back to Hibbert, last year was a down one for him in a few areas. He put up his lowest points per game average since his rookie year. And Clark, his minutes in general were way down.
Yeah, and I think he may be at a bit of a crossroads in his career right now. A couple of years ago, signed the big contract. He's got the talent and he's got the desire. I think it's just a matter of him having the confidence that will lead to consistency.
Well, you talk about players who don't get a lot of recognition that probably deserve some. For me, Chris Middleton, Clark.
He's at the top of the list in that regard for me too, Kevin. I mean, really a revelation for the Bucks the last couple of years. He's a really good all-around forward who can do everything well.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Hibbert. Johnson comes in for Luis Scola. Damari Carroll's checked in for Champ, and it's Henderson for Joseph.
And Middleton has improved every year as well. Added the three-point shot after the rookie season, which made him very tough to deal with offensively.
Raptors trail by 15. Outside Dragic. He dishes it to Henderson. Back to Dragic. And he converts the layup. Dragic has got 5 points in the quarter.
And for Middleton, adding that three-point shot was huge. I mean, not only can he keep teams honest outside, but he hits over 40% of his shots from beyond the arc. And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
Dragic dishes to Henderson. He kicks to Carroll. Patterson, the screen. Carroll passes to Patterson. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. We're at the break in the action. Let's show you the teams that have been making their opponents work especially hard over the past 10 games. In the third spot, the Bucks.
The teams they've faced over the last 10 have to be wondering how long this brutal defense is going to last. There's no let-up in these teams. They play with tenacity throughout.
And he can't get the first one.
And for a long time in the NBA, the stretch four was kind of the anomaly and not the standard. Now it seems that you are the rare power forward if you can't hit a three. Very few traditional power forwards now in the NBA.
And they can't make the second free throw either, missing both.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the boards.
You know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game.
With the stretch four and the need for shooting at the position, they don't need to be a three-point threat, but they do need to be able to hit a mid-range jump shot.
Yeah, well said. I think you need to have guys that can make perimeter shots to create spacing. The game's evolving to a space-out-the-floor type game, and shot-making gives you a chance to do that.
And the Bucks with possession here. Following this one, they get to host the Warriors. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Henson with the screen. Middleton against Henderson. Just 5 to shoot. Mayo kicks to Parker. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
And the Raptors have been talking about changing things up in the logo department for a while. Finally, we get a chance to see the new logo this season.
As you said, the Raptors with the new logo this year, Greg. Good-looking change, too, I think, Clark.
Yeah, I think it's subtle enough to not lose the continuity, but still feel fresh and new. I like that. That's a nice job of balancing the old with freshening up for the new.
The Milwaukee Bucks ended last season 41 up and 41 down, a perfect 500 mark, and they were the epitome, Clark, of average at the end of the season, and as you can see, even during it.
Well, they're a young team, but at one point, 17-17, also had an 11-11 record against the East and 6-6 against the West.
And Parker drops them both.
And the Bucks were average last season. I mean, they were 17-17, also 7-7 at home, 10-10 on the road, 5-5 in the games leading up to that. So in every measurable way, they were 500.
Henson dishes to Mayo. Feeds it to T. Henson, a screen on Dragic. Dragic against T. Kicks it down to Middleton. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Teague's got his 7th assist in the game.
You know, just thinking back to that Milwaukee factoid again, I mean, the odds that we'll ever see something like that happen again are minuscule. I mean, that team was just destined to end up 41-41.
Now here's Carroll. He has 5. Well, I'm sure you guys have heard this, that the nickname that has been given to Jabari Carroll, the Junkyard Dog, I think it's apropos. Kid drafted out of Missouri back in the 2009 draft.
Yeah, and he actually had to show perseverance to hang around as he bounced around a bit, but I think he's found a home now.
And that one falls for Carroll.
And Carroll, an energy player who's developed a reliable three-point stroke. I mean, he can also hurt you in transition. He's got terrific size and athleticism, and he also really knows how to play without the basketball.
Carroll hits them both.
And Carroll, by advanced stats, one of the most productive small forwards in our league. I mean, one thing I like, even as he's developed into a three-point threat, he still has an instinct for cutting to the rim off the ball when his defender turns his head. I mean, one of the things I think that allows his team to be so good is his understanding of how to play the game.
And he gets it to go.
It takes a lot of skill and agility to lay it in with the defense right on you. That's a terrific finish.
Timeout called, the Bucks.
And it was a very public falling out between Goran Dragic and the Suns front office. That was a real tense few weeks there before ultimately he was traded.
Outside Teague. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way. And, of course, Dragic was traded to Miami last season. Said he felt betrayed by the Suns front office, which spurred him wanting out of Phoenix and to South Florida.
Yeah, you know what? We'll never know the whole truth about that situation, but Dragic said they told him one thing with personnel and did something else.
Now, here's Dragic. 5 points in the game. The dish to Carroll. Just 5 on the clock. Parker with the steal. Mayo drives in. And there's the feed to Parker. Kicks it down to Middleton. That's tipped. It's stolen by Carroll. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And the shot is good. 7 points for Goran Dragic.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Dishes to Middleton. There's 18 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Pass to Parker. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. That's on Patrick Patterson.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
The Bucks have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight. And the first one drops. And Parker drops them both. Dragic with it. With 4 seconds on the clock. Carroll with the 3. There's the bucket. Good. Carroll's got 5 points now this quarter.
Boy, I really love the way Dragic spreads that ball around.
And that does it for the first half of play. Bucks lead by 13. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Kevin, we have Brooke Lopez with us. What's the attitude you have as a team right now?
Oh, I'm so excited. You know, it's really thrilling to come out with such a great group of guys every night, you know, and play basketball. You know, it's a lot of fun.
Brooke, thank you very much. Kevin, over to you.
Thank you for the great interview, Doris. We'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. It's Milwaukee with the advantage at the half. They have a 13-point lead. Shaq, give me your take.
Well, they've been playing with some toughness, and it's led to a nice lead for them, not just on the scoreboard, but in the rebounding numbers. And now they need to stay mean, Ernie. Cannot lose that edge in the second half.
Looking at Toronto, Kenny, your thoughts?
Well, they just didn't produce enough offense. I don't know if it's because they were expending so much energy on the defensive end, but clearly they have to take a look at this. What plays are we calling? And how can we improve that? And they have to do it fast, because if they don't, this game is going to run away from them.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get started. Back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. We're going to sit right here and wait for the end of the game and talk at you again.